All right, everyone. We're back with another episode of Light Painting Brushes Live. This is April's edition. Really excited about this one. We've got Ryan O'Connell. He's going to be our guest artist. She's going to repronounce her name, so I'm going to attempt to say her name, but Galina Gordeeva. Is that right? All right, perfect. We're going to do an image breakdown. I'm excited to have her on the show because her work is just really fascinating, and it's a pleasure to have her all the way from the Czech Republic. So with that, please introduce yourself, Galina. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from. Go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for invitation. I'm very proud that you invited me, and sorry for my English. I really don't use it, so I can speak slowly. Where I'm from Russia. It sounds confusing, but it's true. And I have been living in Czech Republic for 10 years. I communicate Czech, and I think that I'm more Czech than Russian already.
How long have you been there in Czech Republic?
10 years.
10 years. Okay. All right.
So my light painting began here. When I came here, I had to begin everything from the zero, from scratch, because I'm a writer and I'm an editor. So I didn't know Czech language so well to work here. So I went on shooting, and I decided that I want to invent something new. And light painting is a good idea because in Czech Republic it's not very popular. It wasn't very popular 6 years ago. Now I have my students, I have workshops, and I see the interest of people in light painting, and to all. I lead a group of Czech light painters. We are 50 people already.
Oh, wow. One thing that I really love about your work that I find fascinating, I love seeing artists that have that unique, I call it a light signature. You've got a very unique quality to your work that's just absolutely beautiful, and just some of my personal favorite light paintings are actually some of your work. It's just you do a tremendous job. So how did you get started into light painting? Like, where did it begin? Like, how did you find light painting and decided that you want to do light painting?
Well, I saw light painted works, some primitive variants, like I don't know, painting a heart with fireworks, or painting some simple figure. And I began absolutely like everybody other. And then came COVID.
Right.
And I had to stop shooting outside, and I decided that I will shoot every day, and I will try to create my own style. And I shooted objects, but it was interesting for me to try to combine long exposure and something that is used with short exposures. For example, long exposure and water splash, or long exposure and fire, or long exposure and levitation. Something like this. I didn't see anyone who tried to do it, and I had plenty of time during COVID, so I tried to shoot these objects.
Here's actually one of my this light painting right here stands out every time I see it. It's just,
Thank you.
I could stare at this for hours, but yeah, this is when I was saying, you had a light painting that was one of my personal favorites. It's this one right here. I just love that angle in which you're shooting, but it's so great, and you
I
do
will show you the
beautiful work.
tool. I made it.
Did you? Okay, okay.
It's very funny. Here it is.
Wow. Okay. And then so I just saw the universal connector on there. You're connecting your flashlight in there.
It's fiber optics, 5-meter fiber optics. This is a grill. It's used for grill.
Right. Nice.
And I just put flashlight here and paint with this.
You'll have to Jason one day wants to have he envisions having this light painting museum. That would be the perfect artifact to go into the light painting museum.
Something like this also.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. My next let me pull up the screen share here real quick. So can you explain your setup? Like how did this idea come about? Because when I saw this, it reminded me of an image that Jason did. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but it's really cool with a book and fiber optics, like looking down. And when I saw this, I was like, whoa, that's cool. That's like I wonder if it was inspired by the book idea that Jason had, or is this something that you had come up with? Like, what was the inspiration, and tell us a little bit about this.
Well, it was an idea with levitation,
Okay.
and I had my doctor PhD, and I had to study a lot. So I had some old books from the library, and I decided to make an interesting shoot of one of the books. It's a dictionary. The levitation, the idea of levitation was connected with this glass shelf, and I just found something that was easy to glue on this glass shelf. I can show it. I don't have these letters because I washed them away when I cleaned the glass shelf. But if you, for example, runes. These are paper runes, which I made for other shooting, and I have some reminiscence. This shelf was standing on the table, and all the light painting I made was behind the shelf. So in front of the shelf is camera, and behind the shelf is fiber optic.
Yeah, let's show everybody what the actual the image, the result of what you're doing here and what we're talking about. It's so cool. It's just, and I love the fact you can't even make out the glass there. So it sounds like your main objective there is the levitation idea. So you're nailing it, and I love how you place the letters on there, and love this one. Just and not only that, just some of the stuff that you do with fiber optics is really cool. There's the streakiness. I see that in a lot of your images. So this is well done. What camera gear are you using here?
I use Canon 6D Mark II. I don't know if you see me.
Yeah, I can see you here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my camera, and I have a lot of glasses, a lot of objectives. This is the objective which I use almost always, 24-105. So I also, for object shooting, I also like this one, 85 millimeters, 1.8. And when I shoot people, I use wider lens, and these are 35 millimeters and 14 millimeters. 14 millimeters I use when I shoot from the ceiling, from upside down.
What do you remember what your camera settings were for the that particular image with the book?
I shoot with bulb, and when I shot my these objects, I just used mobile phone, mobile application, and it was great because I took mobile, had mobile phone in my hand, and I saw the caption. I saw everything that I'm going to shoot, and I didn't have to run to the tripod and and back. So I shot, and I saw at the very moment what I made.
So what light painting brushes tools were used here? Is it just the fiber optic? Was there any lens hoods or any additional lighting, or is that just from the fiber optic?
This one is my favorite piece.
Yes.
It's really unique, and I can say that I haven't found any tool that can something like this, but in other places.
Do you have any somebody that would like to try the levitation technique that you do? Do you have any suggestions for them, or any pointers that you could tell somebody that would like to try this technique?
Sure, there are a lot of, not a lot of, but there are different ways to try the levitation. The easiest way is this glass shelf, I think, because you can control it absolutely. If you glue something on it, it won't disappear, it won't fall, it will be really. It will be on its place. The other variant is to use wires, thick wires, and you can, for example, use several wires and from the different sides, but it's not so stable. But if you use something not so heavy, you can fix it on wires. Or maybe you know that product photographers use some clamps, so you can fix the object with a clamp and use several clamps, and after that in Photoshop you just remove the clamps.
What gave you the idea of using the glass? And I think you just hit on something there. So if you are using clamps, you're having to utilize Photoshop then, and to either remove, say clamps or something that's there. So the neat thing about glass is it's giving you the opportunity to keep everything in camera more. What gave you the idea of using the glass? Was it just something you had seen, or how did that come about?
Yes, I have seen it in some works of product photographers. They just use glass to create the create background.
Okay.
They can put this glass on two chairs, for example, and put some object on this glass, and other objects will be on the floor. So you have two plans. And if you have some more glass shelves, for example, 3 or 4 glass shelves, the picture is has much more volume. So I tried the same that use product photographers, but I just changed the angle.
Well, it's nicely done. It's fascinating what you're doing with the levitation. So keep up all the great work. What inspires you or motivates you through sharing your creative vision? So the light painting that you're making, where's that inspiration coming from? What's the motivation there?
I watch a lot of light painters, and I'm a fan of your works and of works of Jason. I have the motivation and the inspiration every day when I look at the Instagram, because every of these photographers, every of light painters has his own style, and it's really great when I see that people use something. They don't show the setup, but I try to guess it, and I'm interested to try if I guessed right or not.
What's neat about you saying that, and again, I just want to hit on this, is so you're saying that you're motivated by a lot of different light painters and a lot of works that they're doing, but you're not replicating what anyone else is doing. You're actually keeping it to yourself, like the things that you're creating are unique to you. So you definitely keep that up. It's awesome to really see that.
I believe that I have I begin to have my own style, and I noticed that every year I have a little bit other tasks for myself.
Right.
So from the beginning of the year 2022, I began shooting people. Well, COVID has ended, and I can shoot people.
Right.
And it's really motivating for me, because I work with professional models, girls and boys, and I shoot human body, which is beautiful. And light painting adds to the human body something more. So these works are other.
I mean, it's beautiful work that you're doing. It really is. What's the best way for people to follow along with you? Is it through Instagram or Facebook, or do you have a website? Like, what's the best way for people to keep up with your work?
I have everything.
Right.
Facebook, Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Galina Gordeeva. On Instagram, I'm also Galina Gordeeva, but you will find lower tiret downside.
Galina, hey, you know what? I just want to say thanks so much for being here with us. Really great having you.
Thank you.
I don't know if there's anything in the chat. I don't know, Jason, you want to see if there's some questions?
I actually have a couple questions for you. Can you pull up the image again, Jay? The one with the fiber optic and the
yeah, absolutely.
lettering. So first of all, I want to say I absolutely love that fiber optic that you created. That thing is a mess and it works beautifully. I love it. It's fantastic. I love tools that just look like a mess, but they work really well. And that one creates amazing results, and you're using it excellently. So I love it. But on this, what I wanted to point out was, this is obviously intentional, using the smaller letters in the bottom and then up to the larger letters, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the thought process there? That's what really stood out. I mean, obviously the levitation, the beauty of using that piece of glass and all of that is genius, but just, the detail in this of thinking that thought of using the small letters, going up to the big letters to really show it, like why did you do that?
Because the book is small, and I wanted to show the perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to these letters look like this. They are from this book, or I don't know. I don't know the way if they fly upstairs or downstairs, but the book has small letters inside. And it's logical that small letters are closer to the book.
It's like they're floating away. I mean, yeah, it's really, really cool effect.
That is
Jason, go to
really
that
the
red image.
perspective. Sorry, Johnny, go ahead.
Go back to that red image. Okay, no matter how hard I stare at this, I can see no glare from that glass. How? I mean, that's beautiful. The letters are almost 3D, but I'm not seeing any glare from the glass at all.
Because I don't lighten this glass. I lighten just the book and the letters from the outside.
Oh,
And I also lightened the background.
okay, so the light's going down, actually. Okay, okay, good.
It's a trick. You can't. Well, you shouldn't lighten the glass because you will see the reflection.
Right, had me stumped.
Yeah, I also want to thank you for this black fiber optics, because I love how it creates fire effects. I tried it on my table during the COVID, and after that I tried it with people in the studio, and also everyone, my model, when he or she sees this effect, they are just, wow. How did you do it?
Well, Galina, thank you so much for being here again. Yeah, really appreciate you here. Thanks for spending the time and talking about your work. With that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next segment. But just want to say again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.